Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm AJ Kavanagh, and together with my husband Tom Workman, we are Intuitive Channels with Speaking from Source. And this is part 3 of Raising the Consciousness, Egypt, Pure Joy. Well, it was pure joy. I remember coming back from the meditation in the Great Pyramid to my hotel room and trying to get some sleep, and my body was just vibrating full of energy. It was, I've felt excitement before, and this was like I could sense every atom, every particle in my body vibrating. It was really a very unique experience. So it did take me a while to get off to sleep, but I was just able to stay in that state of consciousness for a while, which was just incredible. And I knew the next morning would be an early morning. We'd get together at the Kundalini Meeting site with the lawn, with the Great Pyramid as a backdrop. And from what I'd heard from participants on day 1, even though it was a bit of a washout, as is sometimes typical with Matias's first day events, the energy was off the charts, and I was not disappointed. So we all boarded the bus as we navigated Cairo traffic, which was something to be seen, an experience to be had for sure. The locals have got it down. They know exactly what they're doing. But for the tourists, it seems absolutely harrowing. But it all works. And so we spent plenty of time on the bus. And with plenty of time on the bus, we had the opportunity to sing. And I got to the amazing Kundalini Meeting Center, where Matias was to detail more of the mission and purpose of what we were doing in raising the consciousness there and give us a brief lecture. And by now, the full 500 members of the fire group had arrived, and we're all joined together as we sang to music in preparation of Matias's presentation. And then the group consciousness just erupted. And take a look at what happened next.
Touched by what happened right now, which was the blessing of the grandmother from the Andes. That because for me this territory represents my past, and what we are doing here is a celebration to transcend this territory in order to move forward. And for me, my future is the land of the Andes. So I'm taking this past to what for me is my future. So the blessing of the grandmother was for me really important here. So thank you.
That video that you just saw was an absolutely spontaneous thing that happened as we just sent waves of energy to bless the grandmother of the Andes. And of course, Matias, as you heard, was particularly touched by that. So it was just one of those magic moments, one of many that happened while we were there in that forecourt area. And over the next few days, we had the opportunity to enjoy moments like this and more of Matias's sharing his channeled wisdom and rememberings, of which we're all truly grateful. It really was an amazing experience.
The being that was there, I don't know who he was, But he was explaining, we have designed your brains in order for you to experience what the divine, the creator, is living, which is everything through imagination. We designed the brain for you to feel the creator. Imagination is the key to understand how the divine observes reality.
But around midday, we all broke for an incredible catered meal. It was a beautiful vegetarian meal of local fare, and the flavors and the tastes were really terrific. And in the afternoon, we got to break out into some individual classes, do some paintings, do some group activities with others who by this time had also joined from the water and earth group. So now we numbered in the thousands. And I remember on one particular night, we all came together, and the water and earth groups that had been, you know, setting the stage for this for so long, brought their energy and together in a beautiful lullaby that Matias created. And I remember it seemed to go on for a good 3 hours or maybe even more, but we were in such affinity. We were cradled together, arm in arm, and we were singing, and it was a beautiful evening. And we were one. We were just together as one, and nobody wanted to leave. Nobody wanted it to end. And I think we kind of sang ourselves into this amazing state where all we could do is just shuffle off back to our hotel rooms and go to bed for the next morning. But it really was amazing. And in some of the individual breakout groups that we did, I remember one of our team members, Ibo, did an impromptu sun gazing class. And sun gazing is something that I'm quite interested in. And he was able to teach how we receive photon energy and messages from the sun without, of course, directly looking at the sun. And I was just so grateful after the session. I snapped this photograph of him, and look what happened. There's this amazing, beautiful ray of sunlight coming, emanating right down through him after that. So that was just another indication of just everything going perfectly. And of course, after lunch, you know, when we had our little breakout groups or our individual and private times, you know, we could catch up with people, and I had some amazing things happen around us. I remember sitting on the lawn one day and striking up conversation with someone, and we each remarked about our similar rings. They were turquoise and rose gold. So I took a quick snap, and then I said, where are you from? And she said, you know, I'm from Argentina. And I'm like, isn't that amazing? Argentina's my node. So there were all these connections of consciousness. And then we actually looked up into the sky to see this amazing cloud formation. It was really incredible. And that was sort of from our collective energy that morning that we'd sent up. And it was this amazing sky dragon cloud formation that went like from one side of the sky to the other. And that was all that was in the sky. It was quite amazing. Once another day of activities were complete, it was nighttime, and it was the opportunity for us to go back to our hotel rooms. Now, I was fortunate to have a spectacular view from my 12th floor room of the Nile and the city. And I also got to eavesdrop on someone else's joy as they celebrated their wedding. Take a look. And then it was time for yet another day of activities. And I remember on one of the days, we all got together to form amazing fractal and geometric patterns out on the lawn. And it was all of us. It was the water, the earth, and the fire. And the air group was, of course, watching from the internet as well. So it was all this energy together out on the lawn. And it was really something amazing to do our 3 breaths of the universe, the hum, het, hu, and to do some energy work as well. And in the middle of doing all of this energy work, we had an unexpected visitor. Actually, you could say an out-of-this-world visitor, as many of us pointed up to the sky and were able to witness a UFO sighting en masse. It was really incredible. Take a look.
Hola, hola, hola. Bueno, creo que las naves están fluyendo con nosotros, así que vamos a fluir.
Sí, ahora media hora más y por la nave.
And of course, we did manage to sneak in a free day. There was a free afternoon for us, and so we took the opportunity to get together with a few people, as did many others, to explore the areas of downtown, the wonderful mosques, interact with the amazing local Egyptian people who were just full of smiles and so friendly, and also check out the Cairo Bazaar as well. In my case, it was a chance to grab my friends Dawn, Lorna and Ashton, and we headed out to the Cairo Museum to see the treasures of Tutankhamun. And there were some spectacular pieces still there. We were not disappointed. And we practically had the museum to ourselves. There were very few visitors there, as many others were going to a lot of the other museums because some of the artifacts from the old Cairo Museum were being prepared for the new museum that is about to open in Cairo, that huge museum that's going to be absolutely spectacular, which will house over 500 of Tutankhamun's artifacts all together for the very first time once it's completed. But it was an absolutely thrilling experience to see some of these pieces, I can tell you, and I got some amazing photographs. And then it was off to the Cairo Market, full of its hustle and bustle of food stores, souvenir shops, and everything you can imagine under the sun. And it was absolute sheer delight. It was really incredible, the sights and the sounds and the ambience. Here's a little bit of what we experienced. And of course that took us into the evening, and we still managed to look around some of the spectacular lights and candles and ceramics that were for sale. And we also bumped into some other Yosoy members who were doing the same. So it really was an incredible night out. And then it was time, of course, we'd worked up an appetite for an authentic dinner. And of course the food and the environment was just pure joy. And it's here that I leave you with this installment. Up next, we're going to do a special ceremony to honor and thank the great Sphinx and usher in a new age. Stick around.